Go.
Ready?
Ready.
This week's Parsha is Vayishlach. What is it? It's a triple header. We have to know about that. Why? Because Yaakov, after many years away, is going to meet Esav once again. And it's very dangerous. So what do we do? What's a triple header? What do we do when we're in a dangerous situation? 3 things. Daven. Kavana. It helps. 2. Daven again. It's like the real estate. What's the most important thing about real estate?
Location.
What's the most important thing about davening? Davening with Kavana. Anyway, that's not the only thing that he did. He prepared on 3 fronts.
Sorry.
He brought gifts, and he brought that was to appease him. And then he said, maybe it won't work. Guns. All right? So it was, well, he didn't have guns in those days. Right, all right? Arrows, but whatever. There's 3 ways to prepare for any dangerous situation that we encounter, whether spiritual or physical. We have to be prepared on all fronts. I thought my grandmother always said, my mother says she's not here today. She called to say she's not coming. So I'm not going to give it with the same kind of feeling. All right, I will. Anyway, 3 things. The idea that we have to really build ourselves up, and we have to be able to fight this. And we have to do this in a way that we can conquer the other side, okay? So we have that. And we have to give the gifts. We always have to try with words to appease. And then, of course, the bottom line is, like my grandmother said, my Bobby, take Hashem for a partner. Pray to Hashem. Okay, so that's what we have as the important thing. Now, it's interesting, he says, he puts Rachel in the back. And you wonder why Rachel is in the back. And it's really because the other children suffered. Leah's children suffered. They felt pain. They felt like second-class citizens. As a matter of fact, that's what the Lashon Hara was about Yosef. He ran and he told his father, you know what, these children are talking about those children from the other wives. So they were suffering, so they had a lot of schuyot. So he figured if Esav came, first he would see the children with schuyot, and then it would be protective. All right? Now, of course, Yaakov says he was nervous because he knew that Esav did a lot of mitzvah, especially the mitzvah that he was very keen on, keep it up aim. But Yaakov also said, in love and Garti, which stands for Taryag mitzvahs, that he kept all 613. I would say impossible, the Torah wasn't given. However, when you have the will, the desire, the anticipation of keeping all the Torah mitzvahs, so sometimes we're not capable of doing a mitzvah, we're not capable of doing certain things, but if you want it badly enough, Hashem really gives you credit for it. And it says that Yaakov said, Yesh li hakol, and Esav says, Yesh li rav. One says, Esav says, I have enough, dissatisfaction, because in materialistic things he was never satisfied. In spiritual things, he had more than enough, he felt. But Yaakov had it the other way around. Yaakov said, Yesh li hakol, because when you have the spiritual desire, you feel that you have everything. So actually, he felt that he had everything, except in materialism, but not in spiritualism. And I'll end with this. When he's leaving, Yaakov says to Esav, I'll go with you. You go first, I'm going to follow. So they tell the story of Rabbi Kahneman. He's on a subway, and he's suddenly surrounded by a few non-savory characters, and he's nervous. So what does he do? He pulls out a piece of paper, looks at an address, and he says to these 6 thugs, do you know where this address is? And they say, and they're laughing, they say, yeah, get off at the next station, we'll show you. So he says, okay. As they're going off, he says, after you, young men, very polite, I'd like to honor you, go ahead of me. As soon as they get off, the door slammed, he stays behind. He said, where did I learn to do this? And he was safely transported by the subway. He said, I learned it from my forefather Yaakov, because he said to Esav, go ahead, and I'll catch up with you, I'll be there. So we have to remember that. Over life, that's the way we have to do it. Obviously, in this parsha, we have the bad angel, so to speak, conquering Esav. Esav's angel trying to conquer Yaakov. He was unable to do it, because it says in the future, and today, when we're thinking about the situation in Israel, we should always know that Esav cannot get us. But Esav's malach, Esav's angel, was very happy. He davened for the first time because he fulfilled his tafkid, he accomplished his purpose, which was to be a temptation to Yaakov, but Yaakov overcame it. Final message, there's a lot of temptation. There's a lot of temptation out there. We all have the ability to overcome it. Now that anyone who was part of the storm, the Sandy 7, they call it, the 7 pounds you gain, you can overcome temptation. So go forward, be strong, have a triple header, and then enjoy Shabbat.
Thank you.